Hi, I'm Alan Ken, and I'm the owner of the Lightning Gravity Gaming Company, and I'm trying to make the YouTube tutorial on drag button. And this is my own short task. Hopefully, my YouTube video won't be that long, and you will need the mouse input and the mouse movement. This should be no really such thing as drag button with keyboards. And so my main goal is the point is to drag this red object into the green object, and here's my sprite and room, and object is called 0. I'm not sure should it's called 1 first and then 2 or 0 because sometimes numbers are count by 0 first in computer languages, and the object 1 does not really need any coding required because you can automatically get the size from like this one point x object 1 from the green one and point x. And remember to create instant layer by a different one in case you want to drag the object 0 on top of the green object layer. Like this is the background is always the most behind layer. The bottomless one, second bottom one's the middle one or some sort. And then after most topest one. So just to remember you can name things as like sprites as short form, like OBJ, anything you want, but around like kind of similar naming. RM for room. Script as C SC, yeah, it's my, yeah, SCR instead of SPR and stuff like those. As far as FNT and dash or one or start 1 or 0 or something. And I'll click play, it show works, and I'll teach, and I'll talk about how it works later. It should works without the full screen yet. Remember this function is to be simple. Just have to check. You have to know the most basic steps, what it looks like clearly with your own clear head. It's not that hard. Some kind of computer scientists have to make those back-end machine coding. You just have to get the one step you have to check with one by one. If you're clear head and know how to practice a bit of thinking, basic code. So when you okay, so when you yeah, I cannot click somewhere else. That's the first step. When you click, when you check the mouse button and you click within the shape, it will automatically can track down like a while loop within between pressed it and released it. So there's a while loop between pressed it before releasing it. So this transformation and recording to your object 0 to whatever position of your mouse. But so the object 0 is moving. The red object will move to your um, mouse position X and Y, and then you can double check where to release it. Not like overlapping if the same position if by some collision or something. So when you released it at a wrong position, it should be else statement instead of any if statement. If statement, it means the collision with the mouse that are on the same position. And then if you release somewhere else, it means anything else statements without any boolean of truth. Anything that will automatically equal to false or something. I mean true is false or something of anything else that does not meet the truth of anything. Then Then go back to here right position by saving it where this coordinate on the center, like the most center, it was this one. Remember to put in the center, mid, unlock this, and then put it as mid center. When you first create a shape, it looks like this. Remember to put it in middle center. Yeah, so like for example, this will start from here, but you don't need this one. You start from 0, 0, but you don't need this one anymore. So delete this one, click OK, click save, move back up. And remember, this one does not need coding. You just need the position, what I said before. So, so when you kind of looks like close, but my Boolean statement is in case that the mouse is not in the green position. The mouse position is outside, so go back to here. So if it's a bit inside, it will be like this, then it will overlap on the layer of this toppest layer. This is red one, and this is the green one, it's the slightly bottom layer, and this is the red one. The background is the most behind layer and the most bottom. And just don't switch that much around while playing this thing. So I didn't really design this to go dragging back and forth yet, but you think you get a point unless you restart the whole game project kind of thing. Yeah, so it kind of missed it. Yeah, so we released it. It will go back because you need mouse inside the green square yet. Exactly same pixel yet. Dot. Yeah, until you go back this. So remember the initialize should be down to 0 when you first start your own project when you hit play. And yeah, and remember the okay, this is the first step is that check the left button of your mouse and then check the range of with the range the range within the range of the x means object 0 because you don't have to put this one yet. You don't have to put this thing the whole entire time because it connects to this object automatically. So you just ignore this. This is in Java code it would be kind of like this symbol instead, but it's not Java, it's GML game maker language. So yeah, always use global, but I don't think so you need global for this project because you're not transferring variables to public to another object like this one, because this does not require encoding, but only the same position down here. This is not object 0, it's object 1 down here. So remember 0 is the integer down here means, but false means boolean down here. But I don't have to name boolean as the first one, like down here, kind of like bool stuff. Actually, you can't do it. No, you cannot do this. I don't think so. Um, because this is not Java or um C plus. No, C sharp. Yeah, C sharp does that, and Java at least does that. So you don't need to do this in GameMaker, but I'm actually supposed to. But automatically you have to notice that if you put false by creating a new um custom name type, then down here you can name anything you want. Then if you put true or false, this automatically will be Boolean. You have to type it down here. So if you put instead of string language, like kind of like this, use string language and put anything you want. Um, then you can just convert to string language. But for now, just put in back to 0 instead. Or yeah. This is initial means beginning that trying to hold the memory variable without really need to saving data thingy. So you can like at least save it down here first, but I don't want to save it down this index first without this if statement, or else it will non-stop saving the initialize position of your object 0 Yeah, because you want to notice where you first save this position at before you drag it and release it around place, then you automatically put down here. Because save it down here, then put the position of the object 0 according to the initialized x where I used to put it from before, kind of consider as the x and y axis of the object 0 equal to the final position where you want it and need it the most will be exactly same thing as initialize, so it ignores down where you're trying to put that object one green object. So when this is first pressed it with the left mouse button, then it will allow your mouse keep on moving. Um, yeah, it's kind of always allow keep your mouse allow moving, but it's more like moving your object red object 0 according to what axis do you need it inside your. It's more like not the mouse keep moving. It's more like moving, keep on moving your um object red object 0 according to exactly same mouse position, like while loop kind of thing. So keep it in place where it is while this index will always keeping trace of your renamed it named class so it'd be exactly same as the mouse under dash case X, such as the mouse import. You can check the own GameMaker doc, but I don't think so. This GameMaker doc 2 Studio 2 has exactly the same detail, but the GameMaker Dock Studio 1, well, before you not used to call Studio, I don't think so, have a bit more detail in the GameMaker Studio 2 dock. Yeah, so we realize the mouse input as wheel up and wheel down and stuff. But I don't think so. GameMaker Dock 2 will have that more detail because sometimes they didn't really update it, I guess. I'm not sure why because I don't think so anyone knows how coding in the GameMaker community forums that much. So, so when you keep in mind this section of the same index of multiple if statements, you don't really need to type in else if like that detailing needed. It's better to maybe have three if statements at the same section. But remember to keep on trace that it does not overlap on three if statements on the same index section. So same as mouse keeping boolean and symbol boolean will be within the this last one statement. But keep in mind that you always want to keep in one step GML language as like within one object as the three ordering of the three section of the three section of if statements in orderly like step one, step two. No, step one if statement, step two if statement, step three if statement all at once. Like what it seems like step one if statement is section on the same index is checking on your left mouse. Then the second one, the order one, in the somewhere in the center middle, it will be looks like the center middle section of if statements will be like more like the middle of your whole entire kind of package code or something, like all three in orders. Then keep on trace. Yeah, so we want to put this true. Um, when you keep tracing on a mouse position, when you need to put the object red object 0 exactly same position as your mouse as equals to instead of like greater or less or anything, just write equal directly. Then as a third step is when you release the your left mouse button is when your left mouse button. Yeah, yeah. When you're still kind of while your mouse keeping track is still true before you put a false inside your if statements right afterwards. Um, the other stuff can still be working. Yeah, but I think you should put this underneath because how it compile from line 1 to line 2 should be in orderly fashion, but I'm not sure why it worked in the end. Um, and remember us put else, it means you drag in somewhere else, like release drag within like somewhere else wrong position within the range of the or coordinate specifically of not within your mouse XY position, the releasing timing within the range of X kind of thing. Object one, like it does not match it within the range, then it will equal to your X and Y of your object zero red thingy will equal to initialize back where you last time you pressed it and equal to saving it kind of algorithm without saving a while loop, or else you'd be like not really called saving because you have to hold somewhere else kind of number variable with yeah, kind of hold it, not like always holding releasing it that equals to the same thing without holding it kind of thing. Remember to put this false kind of at the end because you don't want to ruin this one when it's like when you're using the if statement to be true, you don't want to put a false kind of right away before finishing your own task kind of thing. So I think I'm not sure why it works somehow before, but I think that's a small thing that error, but it's not really a small error, but I think still it works. Remember, it just have to be equal. Um, I remember my small coding tips for any code. You can check if you have finished pressing your if statement will be working. So it means passing in the truth within the right index thingy. So for example, show debug message first pass will be looks like this when you save it your coding first before playing it because you have to yeah save your project before updating it. So 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 yeah, it means first pass down here as I show you instead of pressing it wrong within the range at random places that would not say yeah before I pause we still click off screen like this, but if you press back here it doesn't really show but it still works. So when I click off screen like it will not hit first play, but when I hit like within the range it should be pretty accurate range, or like a hit here is wrong because this most pointiest mouse arrow key is not there yet within a bit pixels, but when I'm within pretty close range it will click first pass. Remember write equal sign because I found out the most accurate one is actually 60 pixels per 16 square unit number. This is not does that means 32 does not mean it's always pixels, so it means 62 I guess. Yeah, I guess the coordinate of the sprite is always like half and half in quarterly fashion kind of thing as XY axis. So it's kind of considered as 32 because you have to 62 divided by 2 kind of thing. So I realized my last YouTube video wasn't like 24, I guess, or 26 maybe. So my last YouTube video is supposed to be 16 instead. I'm not sure why I calculated wrong, but I don't think so. It's a stretching wrong unit. It's my just hallucination because it's too similar close range that made me basing kind of guessing it wrong. afterwards. Like, yeah, because it's just within a few numbers off that I might be hallucinating too much, not have a clear mind that sometimes things could be easier than you think. If you're not trying to like pretend something else you know how to code sometimes, you just have to practice it and clear your mind as resting and just know how to do it afterwards. So 16 pixels would be always equal to the 16 unit 60 square unit numbers. 16 pixel would be always equal to the 16 square unit number. Yeah, so let me try to test one more time. Will this work with this this thing? And try to replay it. I'm trying to test this line will work instead of putting it down here from before. So Control Z to go back. So I'm gonna hit play because I want to test this. This is going to give some error if we release it afterwards because it's part of yeah false when you kind of don't need to trace it to release it. So first pass. So release it. So yeah, it didn't give me error. At least, but for the MRPG game, for adventure or use game as dragging around the thing, the RPG single player RPG inventory back, they had to know where to drag back and forth boolean kind of thing, confusing a little bit. And while me ordering a fashion kind of thing, know which one's which ID, like what item to use, what item. So this not give me any error. So yeah, it's gonna switch it from not line 21, yeah, instead of line 31. Yeah, so it worked, but it's still the same. But yeah, but I'm supposed to put this underneath us getting rid of this afterwards, not use it again. But yeah, uh, I think that's basically it. Well, this one short thing to use the start one as this one instead of while loop that won't stop updating to zero by accident. But we want to only start function of your video as soon as you start play. You can also have start function down your objects, I guess, somewhere. Yeah, down. This is for the room instead. If you click this, is for room creation. You can have this function and instant creation order. Then yeah, something else maybe. I'm not that detailed yet. I don't really need to, and instead of confusing myself even more. Uh, but I'm pretty sure each individual object can add it in somewhere else, I guess. But I don't remember. Um, at least this parent. Yeah, and some kind of detailed physics. Yeah, I know. I don't really know it, but I'm pretty sure they is somewhere else. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, creation code. Double click on the kind of room editor on specific object you want, and this is instance, like the ID of the instance layer of some sort. Another instant layer of ID within this range, I guess. I don't know. And then click creation code and down here and do something else. It'll be maybe something different from this create event instead, which I'm not quite sure what it does. At least I got 2 years of experience of game making language with a bit skipping in between my own video game company. So I think basically that's around it. So remember what my code will looks like, how it works, instead of cheating around ish, I guess. So I think this is around my end of my YouTube video. At least it's not too long, I guess, way too long. Yeah. So uh yeah. So this is end of my drag button YouTube video for GameMaker language. So thank you.